Ben Hughes, and I'm back for some more whip cracking on YouTube. We've got a whole new channel now, and on learning whip cracking tricks Australian style. So the first trick that I'm going to do is comes from Instagram, a comment on Instagram, and that was, how do you do the Queensland crossover, and can I give any pointers? Some like really interesting pointers to give you a head start ahead of the pack with doing the Queensland crossover. So what I've got for you today is obviously the Queensland crossover. I'm going to start off with one whip to show you something that I think is really interesting when starting the Queensland crossover. I'm going to do that right now. This is a Stockwhip, and obviously the Queensland crossover can be done with a Stockwhip or a bullwhip. Doesn't really matter. I've only ever really done it with Stockwhips. Being that I'm from Australia, and contest they only allow Stockwhips. So this is a 6-foot Stockwhip, and if you're going to be starting the Queensland crossover out with a matched pair, as you'll see in just a few moments, probably the best length would be about 5 foot. 6 foot could be getting just a little bit too long, and if you're new to whip cracking, it can be a little bit hard to defy gravity and keep them up. Could fall on your hat a little bit. So this first thing that I'd like to show you about the Queensland crossover is to practice with one whip, and you're going to be doing the overhead. Now the overhead is sort of like a slow figure of 8. Goes like so. But rather than cracking the whip back here, like that, that's more of an helicopter. What you're going to be doing is you're going to be cracking the whip out to the front here. So as you can see, you pull it to the left a little bit early rather than letting it go too far back and getting an helicopter. So that's your overhead. It's the same thing on this side here. We're doing like a cattleman's crack. That's a part of it. So you go back and forth. And the whip will crack in front of you there and there. There and there. Now when doing it with the left hand, it's the same thing. The tricky part of it is not letting it become an helicopter, but bringing it to this side early so as that it becomes the overhead. So you're not letting it go too far. There, I see a lot of youngsters, they're doing the Queensland crossover, but they're leaving it too late and it's becoming an helicopter. You have to cut it short and make sure that the whip cracks here in front of you, there and there. Like so. Now if you're right-handed, you'll be starting the Queensland crossover with the right whip first. And it's going to be going under the left. And I will show you in a minute with 2 whips what I mean. Like so. So you're going to be throwing that way. If you're left-handed, and your strongest arm is the left, you're going to be starting with the left arm first, going under the right, which goes that way. And as I've just done that there, I've done a really cool little thing that can help you with the Queensland crossover. And what that is once again, I see a lot of youngsters and kids and people that are just starting out with the Queensland crossover. They can go back to this video and have a look, see. That there's a really interesting thing that you can do to start the trick off, where with that first flick, it's called sort of like a whoosh bang or a cow on the calf that you would do on a train or a Trover's 2-step. But rather than flicking the whip up, getting ready to come down for the cattleman's crack, you're flicking the whip around that way. And that's how you should start the Queensland crossover. So if we stand this way on this angle, you'll see I'm actually throwing the whip out. Once again, always start with the whips in front, never start from behind, because you can't get the motion going. Start from front, pull back, and then there we go. Now to do that slower for you, you go get to there, get the torque same sort of thing if you're flicking a tea towel. As you can see, it makes a big bark. And then you're set to go. So you go overhead. I see a lot of people, they're doing the Queensland Crossover and they're up high. Doesn't have to be so high. It doesn't look so good up. When you're practicing this, if you are doing it up high, a great idea would be to lower your arms down a little bit to eye level and practice throwing it over the top of your head, obviously, and not touching your hat or head. Looks much better. It's out there. Looks too strenuous. Bring it down. That's where you should be. Now I'm going to start with 2 whips and show you how we go the two-handed Queensland Crossover. Now just a quick recap. I see a lot of people starting the Queensland Crossover like so, and then here. Now that's good to start with, but once you've got that down the pat, and you've got it to the point where you own it, then it's time to start refining the trick. So once again, as I was saying, if you're right-handed, right hand goes first under the left. So you go 1, 2. Then you're coming out 3, 4, ready to go again. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And that little trick that I showed you at the beginning there, it's a pretty cool sort of a thing that you can do once you get the routine down pat where you own it. And what that is rather than going like so, you can just go straight into it like this. If you're left-handed, strongest on the left, same thing. Right-handed, just that little flick. Takes a little bit of getting used to. It'll take you a few days to get it to the point where you master it and you own it. But it's well worth learning, and it really sets up the trick nicely at the beginning. So once again, we'll start slowly. There we go. 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 3. Now if you're up here, whoop, that's a little bit of a tangle, that's the inevitable. That happens to all of us. So here we go. If you're up here high, bring it down to eye level. That's where it should be at all times. The same thing if you're strongest in the left, down to eye level. I'll just stand to the side here. If you're up high, down to eye level. One more time, one last time. We go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I know I'm making it look easy here, and it's not easy, but it is once you learn it, like everything else. So it's a 4 pattern beat. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Once you get it, you've got it to the point where you own it, you can add extra little flicks in there, and it still comes under the Queensland Crossover or the Southern Crossover. What you can do is you can do a breakaway. And what that is an overhead with an extra flick out the back. As it comes out the back, it's like an ocean wave sort of a formation over the top. I'll just show you that there on the side. can also do low. So today we're up here, Queensland Crossover. Well, I hope that helped you out with the Queensland Crossover to all the guys on Instagram and Facebook and stuff. Let me know in the comments down below what you would like for me to show you next and teach you all. That'd be great. Yeah, just in the comments down below, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you all on the next video next week. Have a good one. See you soon.